It's us again. Today I'm going to give you an update of my surgery and how I am recovering from my surgery within these first 5 months. Today is the 6th of April, so by the end of next week I should be 5 months post-surgery. Today is one nice sunny day in Belgium, finally, after a lot of rain. And we are now at the Scheppenheuvel. Scheppenheuvel is a place of pilgrimage for the Catholic pilgrimage since 16th century, I read on the website.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah, so but until today it is still a pilgrimage place. So behind us is the basilique from our beloved lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are going to visit, and I have chosen to come to this place to talk to you about my recovery journey. I think it is an appropriate place to be. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the first 2 to 3 months post-surgery, and that means it's from December until February. I started physiotherapy on the 6th week post-operation, and that was at the end of December because I still have shoulder pain. The doctor recommended to do dry needling, which I would say is a very unpleasant experience actually. The dry needling is basically using the same needles as acupuncture, which doesn't contain any medication in there, but it just goes very deep into the body. So it goes right through all the way into the muscles. I had 3 needles on my left shoulder. I don't remember where exactly anymore. Some people feel a lot of pain during the procedure, while for me it was bearable. But yeah, I wouldn't say that it doesn't hurt. It's more for me after that procedure. It took me 1 week. I suffered a lot of pain on the left shoulder for an entire week. I even skipped the next session because of that. I'm not sure whether that actually is a good idea for me. But anyway, I didn't want to do it again. But I'm still going to physiotherapy until now. I find that it has helped in my recovery because I have already much less pain. And also, I forgot to mention, since I didn't want to do the dry needling anymore after that experience on my left shoulder, my physiotherapist did the bandage type of treatment on my the right shoulder. It's a lot of bandages was applied onto my arm. I have to lift my arm to a certain position, and she was sticking it all over. The idea is to help to give some support to the muscles on my right. And I'm not sure if that actually was very effective at all. I was supposed to keep the bandages on for a week or 5 days, but my skin was quite sensitive to this kind of thing. After 3 days, it was creating a lot of rashes already on my skin, so I had to take it off. And those are the first physiotherapy treatments I had. So on the 15th January, I went to my neurosurgeon at the hospital for a first follow-up consultation after the surgery. That is in fact 2 months exactly post-op. According to him, since my neck pain was completely gone after 1 month actually, I was discharged basically from the hospital, that everything is okay, and the scan that was taken on that day looks like the placement of the cage in the cervical spine didn't shift at all, so everything is fine. So I will only have to go back to the neurosurgeon if I feel anything is wrong, if I feel pain or anything. Other than that, I can just continue with physiotherapy, and I was prescribed diclofenac as an anti-inflammatory medication, and that was it. I was discharged. That is the first 2 to 3 months I was doing fine. I was encouraged to go out for walks like this out in the open is the best, and that we actually didn't have much chance of doing, first of all because it was very cold in January and February and snowing or otherwise raining, so we only had a couple of days that we could go out for a walk like now. Hello. Walk 7 steps away from the bench with your eyes closed. Then walk backwards and sit down. From the 3rd month onwards, actually, I was feeling a lot better. I could already do simple household chores. Still have to be very careful when I carry heavy things. So I would consider the ACDF surgery as a success. I stopped taking all pain medication for various reasons, and also mainly because after taking too much pain medication and the anti-inflammatory medication, it has caused some damage to my liver and stomach. So I decided to discontinue taking pain medication, but that doesn't mean that I do not have pain anymore. It's just that it has become much more manageable. I can live with this residual pain for now. I believe that it will go away soon. I just have to be patient. The other reason is because I want to give priority to other health issues that I will talk about later in the video. So as I said earlier, I think my ACDF surgery is considered a success. I am recovering well, but I still have day-to-day challenges that I need to manage. Obviously, it's still the same. Getting in and out of bed is not easy. And I need to learn the proper way to get in and out of bed. At the hospital, the nurses already taught me how to do it, to have proper posture. That is important. Of course, I'm also still not able to carry very heavy things. Even filling up water bottles can be a challenge. And of course, after filling a 1 liter bottle of water, it's heavy, and I also need to learn how to carry it close to my chest properly. Never carry anything heavier than 3 kilos. Even now, after 5 months, I felt like I don't have much strength anyway to carry such heavy things. And I should say that getting dressed is also sometimes can be tricky. And since my surgery was in November, I had to recover during the winter season. Maybe it's not ideal. If you are able to plan your surgery, I wouldn't suggest that, because in the winter it's cold. We need to dress in several layers. So I had my thermal undergarments on, and yet I still need to put on sweaters, pullovers or hoodies, and it is difficult to manage because my arms, I have still difficulty lifting my arm too high, so I can manage like this way, but putting on especially fitted kind of shirts or sweaters is difficult. So I chose to wear baggy hoodies, and even the most baggy hoodies that I borrowed from my husband, actually, it's already tricky to put on. It's not so straightforward. In my case, I much prefer wearing something like this with a zip. That is a lot easier to put on and off. So these are some woolen fleece jacket that I would wear at home as well, and or otherwise go for a cardigan with buttons. It's a lot easier to manage by myself. It's something you have to know that this is part of the recovery process and daily challenges I'm facing. My doctor advised that I should avoid any kind of neck strain as much as possible. So even now that I am able to work on the computer, I cannot work directly off from the laptop because of the angle of the screen and it's too low. So that will cause neck strain. So I even had to buy the monitor stand to raise the monitor on my desk so that the monitor can be at the right height for me to work on. So that is very important because I don't want to risk that after the surgery there is a high chance that the upper level can get deteriorated sooner than normal. And I don't want to risk that I need to go back for the same surgery on the higher level, which means it is between C4 and C5. Because I already did C5, C6 and C6, C7. So now the risk is on the higher level up, and there is no way that I want to go through this again. So I need to be very, very careful about ergonomics, and I still need to find ergonomic chair that I can sit properly to work on my computer. So posture is very important. And at the same time, I feel still quite weak, and going up and down the stairs is also tricky. In fact, going down the stairs is more difficult for me than going up. When I speak with my physiotherapist about this, she told me that it could be because of the different muscles that are weak at this moment. So I need to do more physiotherapy exercises for my legs. And that is hard. I must say, that is hard. Even though in the past, before my surgery, I was relatively strong. I could do a lot of exercises at home. I used to have strong legs, but now I feel a big difference. My legs are shaky and my arms obviously are not strong now, for sure. So it's a long way to go before I can get back to the same level as before. And I remember one thing that I mentioned before in my last video, that I was struggling when I was bending down to wash my face in the wash basin in our bathroom, and also noticed a lot of back pain because the toilet seat was too low. So luckily we managed to do our bathroom renovation just before my surgery last year. Now our toilet seat is rather high. We base the reference on our dining chairs because we sit comfortable on the dining chairs. And since my husband is 1 meter 95 centimeters tall, and he also has difficulty because our toilet is low, so we did renovation and raised the toilet seat to the level, same height as our dining chairs, and that has helped enormously. Really, that really helps. And also our wash basin is also a lot higher now. It's almost at my chest level. So for me, I no longer have to bend down to brush my teeth or wash my face. It is so much easier. We should have done that earlier. But these are things that you do not know until you have an issue. So now, it is mainly the other health issues that we have discovered recently that I have to deal with. I had winter fingers, which is chilblains in English. It's officially been diagnosed as Raynaud's phenomenon. So I need to take medication for that. And my recent blood tests also show signs of rheumatoid arthritis. Because of my swollen fingers, I have requested the doctor for a blood test, The ANCA test is positive, and also there is still some liver damage and pancreas issues as well. At the same time, my cholesterol level and sugar level in the blood are too high as well at this moment. And my doctor seemed to be rather concerned. However, she couldn't give me more medication due to my stomach being too sensitive to a lot of medication. I need to give priority to allow my stomach to heal. My doctor advised that I should drink more water to flush out the toxics as much as possible, which I'm doing now. I'm drinking between 2.5 to 3 liters of water every day now. My doctor is very concerned because of the high cholesterol and high blood sugar levels that I have at this moment. And together with the pancreas issue, mainly the amylase enzyme that is produced by the pancreas is too high. So that is an indication that I am at high risk of getting diabetes. I'm very worried now about that. I need to watch my diet very carefully. I have already not been drinking alcohol for a long time, and I'm usually not drinking a lot of alcohol anyway. So when we are out and about, and if I feel like drinking some alcohol, I would choose the non-alcohol version if available, or otherwise I will just drink water because it's very important. 0% alcohol. I stick to 0 alcohol. Cheers. Okay, I have to show again. Mine is alcohol free.
Yeah.
Alcohol free. Does it say? Alcohol free.
Yeah.
So now basically my doctor advised that I should do a blood test again in 3 months' time. I would do that by the end of May to do the HbA1c test to make sure that it is not diabetes or pre-diabetes. Also to check on the pancreas amylase level, and at the same time the ANCA test. So the ANCA test is actually testing the amount of antibodies that my body has. It's an autoimmune disease, an indication of rheumatoid arthritis. So therefore I still have to consult a rheumatologist to double check whether I actually have rheumatoid arthritis, and if so, then there are specific medication to manage it. It is uncurable, unfortunately, but it is manageable. So therefore I am not taking any other medication for the pain and give priority to other medication for the rheumatoid arthritis or diabetes if I have to. So I should do a follow-up blood test in May, and depending on the result by then, I will have to decide, or the doctor will decide, whether I need to go and see the endocrinologist, who is a specialist in hormones. And also my doctor would advise whether I should go for a scan of my pancreas. But I am kind of worried now because I have all the symptoms related to pancreatitis or some pancreas issues. I might go already sooner to the doctor to request for a scan of my pancreas just to know what it is, so that I can treat it sooner rather than later. Recently, I have listened to a podcast that discusses about diabetes, the different kinds of diabetes, and also to understand how total cholesterol and sugar and protein, enzymes and all those things, how it works in our body. It's a really good podcast. I will put a link for you to check it out if you're interested. So the reason why I'm concerned now is also due to my weight loss, because I have lost about 4 kilos prior to my surgery, and after my surgery I have lost another 2 kilos. So in total it's 6 kilos that I have lost. But since my surgery was in November and now it is already coming 5 months post surgery, I haven't gained any weight back. And this is also one of the symptoms of the pancreas issue. I really need to check it out. I'm actually eating normal, even sometimes unhealthy food. So now I really need to pay attention to my diet and change as much as possible to improve my health situation. I'm also taking a lot of vitamins, supplements. Vitamin D is very important, and D together with calcium is specifically important for post-menopausal women like me. And multi-B vitamins are also very, very important for repairing nerves. And omega-3 and 6 also I am taking instead of depending on anti-inflammatory drugs. Oh, and also magnesium. Magnesium is good to help with muscle spasms. So that is something that I take on a daily basis as well. Okay, today is a nice day out for us finally. I am now 5 months post-surgery, and with all these current health issues that we have discovered recently, I try not to think too much about it. I try to still be motivated and get distracted from all these things at the moment by keeping myself busy and learning how to film and make videos, improve my filming skills, and so that I can share my journey with you on my channel. So thank you for being with me now, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. So these candles will burn for 9 days.